Okay, let's talk about this blacked out master.of.g Mudmaster triple sensor watch, which is in my opinion one of the most popular master.of.g series in NADG format even up to date. It was first released in 2015. This all black edition is newer, retailing around 600 bucks brand new. I picked mine in used conditions. You could see a lot of use marks on the watch bezel and the watch band, just a little bit, around half the price, which is in my opinion a great deal. And the reason why I picked this up originally is to replace my GW1000 Maharishi collaboration. So this thing will goes about 1000 plus because this is more of a collectibles items. They both works exactly the same way, but that's just to show how crazy G-Shock price could be if it is a limited edition. If that's it, this is not a limited edition. So what is this all about? I'm thinking of using this as an outdoor tool watch. I have plenty of outdoor tool watch, for example this one, but I gotta have this. The Mudmaster is a must-have in my opinion because the design itself is really good. If you look back on history, big case G-Shock always been popular in G-Shock watch fans. For example, the DW6700 Skyforce that was released about 20 years ago. That model is still popular even today. The price dropped for sure, but the popularity is still there, so I'm guessing the same thing will happen to this model in the long run. Other reason why I would think so is that if you look at any G-Shock watch release, when Casio announced this, it didn't kill the previous generations. For example, just recently, well, not recently, quite new, this GGB100 was introduced. It was made out of carbon, tough as metal, technically tougher than resin. Like one of these, it has much more functions, but the design is totally different. And because of that, this watch didn't affect this watch didn't affect this watch. Even today, this is the GBDH1000 that has times more functions, this or this, but still, this series didn't affect this GWG1000 because they were all designed differently, even when it is technically much better. And that's what I like about G-Shock. Unlike other brands, other product on the market, say an iPhone. I love iPhone, so let's use an iPhone as an example. When Apple introduced new iPhone, this older one will be obsolete. The price will drop significantly. This one is like 2 years old, this is like 5 years old. You get what I'm saying to you. Anyway, with that said, some people always compare G-Shock watch to Garmin, so I have to bring this up because this is so common. I've been receiving this kind of comment on my YouTube videos for so many times that I have to bring this up. I don't like to bring this up, but I have to bring this up. Well, I buy this G-Shock watch because it is G-Shock. I love G-Shock. It is that simple. I mean, Garmin is great. The price is a lot cheaper. It has more functions. It looks tough. It is indeed tough. But I like G-Shock. If you like Garmin, go buy Garmin. I'm not telling you what to do. It's your money. It's your choice. But if you are into G-Shock and if you're looking for something tough, rugged, triple sensor, tough solar, wave scepter, this is a nice option. And just to show how popular this watch is, the design is still being used on other newer models. For example, this one, Casio even made a camera, literally a camera, based on the design of this. And I believe the GBDH1000 also was inspired by this from the look of this screws on the front. But keep in mind, this is functional. This one is functional as well. The screws on this GW1000 is just for aesthetics. You cannot unlock this. That's just for aesthetics. I already done a multiple video about this G-Shock watch already. First made in 2015 in black and red colorway. That is the first Mudmaster video I made. And gosh, the comment section in that thing, the comment section filled with people being mad, comparing this watch to as you're wearing a clock on your wrist because it is so big at the time. But today, most master of G-Shock is big, so. 56mm width size, look to look 59, thickness about 18mm. The whole piece will weigh you around 120 grams. With that said, if you're one of those people who always concerned about wrist size, certain people they limit themselves with this kind of rules. This wrist size could only pull off this watch size. You cannot go, or you cannot break the rules. But this is G-Shock, what I'm talking about here. You have to break the rules. Don't limit yourself, or else there's no fun in that. I mean, I don't need this G-Shock watch. I'm not into constructions. I don't go out hammering things. I'm not a security officers and whatnot. I'm just a regular watch user. but I still like this G-Shock watch a lot. Alright, speaking of wearing the watch, let me put this thing on. I mean, this is the GWG 1000 mAh. Oh yeah, difference between this and this. On this blackout editions, only the hour, minutes, and the tip of the second hand will glow in the dark, whereas on this piece, same thing, plus the Arabic numerals will glow in the dark as well. If you pick up the other basics model, all of them will glow in the dark, meaning this one is special, this one is special. You cannot just customize them as easily, even when it looks quite simple, something that anybody could do. So that's what makes this one unique. And not to mention that it has the orange accents, blacked out sides on this piece. It looked blacked out, but the buttons still came in silver. Check this out, blacked out silver. I still prefer this over this, but still, as a beater, I'd say I'm gonna go with this, since no way I'm beating my Mars. This is a collectibles, even when they are both made for the same reason. As a G-Shock watch enthusiast, no, I'm not gonna beat this up. If you want to do to yours, go ahead. Now, let me put this on. I have a really skinny wrist, guys. So, just to add, I don't care what other people think. I wear my G-Shock watch as a hobby because it is fun things to use. I mean, if I were to go out doing outdoor activities, this watch will work fine. I'm not gonna die. I mean, this thing will work. It has timer, stopwatch. Timekeeping is pretty accurate. But this is better. This is just much better. This is so much fun. So the experience when you use this is just different. There's something that you need to experience after you buy the watch. Some people think that since you don't go outside, you don't need this. No, actually, you buy this watch first, and then you decide what you want to do with this watch. For function watch, just a quick refresh. You know, I already make a ton of video, even disassembling this model to show how the interior looks like, which is awesome. Now you have your mode display over here, so you could already see what other thing that this watch could do. Basically, barometer sensor, which is located over here. You have the temperature sensor built in for ambient temperature reading or water temperature reading. You have your recall. This is to recall back recorded data from this altimeter mode down here. Next mode is a stopwatch, 24-hour range, countdown timer. You have 5 alarm with signal, and then you have world time limited to all the series listed here. Okay. Next is radio control. So this is the wave center part of the watch, which will give you accurate timekeeping every single day if the watch could receive this signal. In my case, I cannot receive the signal from where I'm living, so I have to use my phone to calibrate the time in this watch and every one of my G-Shock watch that has wave sensor antenna built inside. So that's how I use mine. And back to home timekeeping, the LED light is bright like I already showed. It has compass with the bearing reading, and yeah, that's pretty much over here, right? Altimeter goes the same way as the barometer because it uses the same sensor, but just to calculate elevation. So that's it on the function. It is incredibly simple, but the reliability is actually what you're paying extra for. Not to say that other G-Shock not reliable. This is just slightly more reliable, and also the design different. It's just a matter of preferences. I'll make a comparison video between this and this, what you are missing in this and what you are missing on this. So check the video out first and then probably decide whether you should get any one of this or none of this at all. It is entirely, again, up to you.